Thank you, Pixie. That was very nice. Okay, let's see. Tweet. And Google. Okay. Well, okay, so you don't like Google Plus, but we have to post it anyway. I don't really know why. But it's what we do. Okay. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Ministry of Abnormality Twitch live broadcast. It is Monday, November 9th of 2015. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Pixie the Cat. Hello, Pixie. Very well. So, let's get to work, shall we? Let's focus this camera. Let's move things over here. Adjust everything we need. You should face down a little bit more. What's wrong with my webcam? I'm sorry. Let's see. What is wrong here? Oh! Pixie, have you been playing back here again? You know I don't like it when you do that. Yes. Sorry, chat. I have to move stuff behind here. Pixie, please, oh. Okay. Here we go. See? That works. Come here. Let me clean you up a little bit. Okay. Okay, now let's see. That's not my face. My face is up here. This is my shake. I think we have everything we need. Great. Let's get to work. So today, we are still working on our Black Dragon commission. Hello, Pixie. Oh, don't bite the cable. Okay, let's open this up. Good morning, Furball. Okay, this is taking a while to open. What's up, girl? There we go. Okay, so as you can see, if you were here last Thursday, you can see that I've worked a little bit on it during the weekend, added a few details here and there, colored in some of the trees and all that kind of stuff. Oh, hello. Okay. I colored in some of the trees and stuff, so the image is coming along quite well. Good morning, Metlal. Okay. Let's get to work, okay? Great, let's play our music, and we are set. There we go. Here we go. Come on, I need... You have food on your mouth. Okay. So, as always, with my co-host, Pixie. Hello. Let's see how we are doing. I need to see how I'm doing on disk space. Okay, wait. There we go. Now, let's get to work. I've said that, Okay. So let's see. I've been working on the scenery this weekend. I like the way it's looking. Let's continue that work. I am going to set up a new window for this. You guys know the drill. Here we go. Let's just place that here. I like the way the image is looking. I'm not sure about you guys, but I do like the way it's looking. Okay, come on, girl. Come on, you're not really... You're not letting me work here, okay? I can do that too. Oh, now you don't like it? Oh, I didn't like it either. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I am working on the trees. And let's see, I'm on this one. Let's see, we have the trees down here, we have... Wait, I think this is not even... Oh, okay, that explains it. So the one I'm on is not really the one... Okay. There we go. Ah, why did I do that? Why did I... Ah, okay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have rubbed my face against Pixie. Now I am very uncomfortable because of all the hair in my face. So, yes, that was a very bad idea. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start working a little bit on the fumes that we're gonna have from the acid. We're gonna grab a brush here. It's gonna kind of help me work a little bit on these acid fumes. You are really not helping today. No, you can't lay on the tablet. Let me just... Wait. You're very cute, but I need you to move. I need to work. Come on. Okay. Hey, Mathalov, actually, yeah, PayPal does take a cut, but I normally kind of just, I mean, that's, I've never actually asked people to cover that cut that PayPal takes, so, you know, feel free to disregard it. I never really, I mean, thank you for asking that. That's pretty awesome that you would even consider that. But, you know, I've never really asked people to cover that cost. I just, you know, it's business as usual to me, so don't worry about it. I mean, it's just part of working online. You know, we pay, you know, Patreon takes a cut. When I used to be on Kickstarter takes a cut. Everybody takes a cut. And now that I'm on Twitch, if I ever start getting money from Twitch, Twitch is always gonna take a cut as well, and I'm cool with that. Okay. Nice. Let's see if we can... Very nice. I really like the way it looks when I add those fumes. But we need to add several layers of that. So here we're gonna move it to a little bit colder, make it a little bit lighter. There we go. And we will fill this one here. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to make sure that the image has a lot of depth. And in a minute, I'm going to show you how to check that it does. Now, depth is very important when we work on an image. And of course, I mean, and I apologize if my pronunciation is not entirely clear, but I mean depth, as in D-E-P-T-H. You know, not death, as in D-E-A-T-H. Anyway, what I'm talking about here is that it's important in an image that we have this clear sensation of what is closer to us and what is further away. This is achieved by something called, well, I mean, there's perspective, there's composition, there's all these things, there's volume, but one of the most powerful ways to accomplish this is by using something called value. Now, value is something that is essential to all illustrators and artists. And Pixie, come on! No! You're being very, very, very naughty. Which sounds kind of sexy. You're misbehaving a lot. You can't scratch the other screen, and you can't lay on the tablet. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. It's life. Trust me, I wish life was easier. But it's not. Haha. There you go. You got kissed. So anyway, as I was saying... Come on, Pixie. No. Okay, so as I was saying, value is something we use to give the sensation of depth in an illustration, and it's very, very important because it's what's going to give our illustration that sensation that not everything is on the same plane. That everything, that there's some things that are further away, some things are closer. And it's gonna help a lot, the image look a lot more interesting. Now, okay, wait, let me just lower a little bit there we go. Now, the way we add depth to an image is by using value, and value... Okay, sorry, a lot of people are talking to me today. And value is, okay, wait, let me see what I'm going to do here. And the way we add value is that we follow the principle that things are lighter. It's an oversimplification. But things are lighter as they move away from us. Wait, what was that? Oh, okay. Oh, good morning, Bon. Oh, don't worry, Matilal. It's what I do. I get these kind of emails all the time. Don't worry about it. So yes, so for example, I'll like I said, I mean it's an oversimplification, but basically, let me show you. When we have an image and we're working only with gray. So, things in the image that are closest to us... Wait a minute, this image is huge. Oh. I'm setting up to show you guys an example of what I'm talking about. Okay, so things that are further away from us will be lighter, and things that are closer to us will be darker. So in this case, as I start drawing darker sticks, those sticks will look like they're closer to the camera. See? As we start adding a little bit of detail, we start getting a very simple kind of forest setup here, and the darker we get, the closer we feel that thing is to us. See? So that's value. And value is very important. We always, images, no matter how simple or something, if you want to give a sensation of that your image is not exactly flat, that your image has depth to it, you definitely want to be using value. So as you can see, it kind of gives the sensation that that things are further away from me, and some things are closer. Now, in this image, we have to do the same. We can't just discard this image we can't just discard value in this image and leave it at that. We have to keep using this. So the way we do it is every single image you produce in color, you have to check it. Oh, wow, there's a bunch of people in the chat. Whoa, yodel. So you say that technique in your school is called sfumato. I like that word. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, on top of everything, I'm going to make a layer and take away the color from the image, right? So this is just an adjustment layer that I added, and through it I can check the color on the image. And here I can better appreciate the values in my image. Now, sometimes it's a little difficult to understand if what we're doing here is working in terms of value. So an easy way to check is to add another layer on top of this with this function right here. This is an adjustment layer, and this one is called posterize. And what we're going to do is we're going to give it just 4 levels. Right? Just 4 levels. And that, along with the layer that takes away all the color, becomes a value check group here. Now, what we do here is, this one is going to let us distinguish things a lot better. And as you can see here, there are some value problems in this image, which is perfectly normal. We will adjust them. But as you can see, it's hard to tell certain parts of the image apart from one another. Especially down here, these parts of the image are way too similar in value to these parts of the dragon. Now, we don't want that. We want them to pop out over the dragon because they are definitely closer to me. And we want the dragon not to be way in the background, but we definitely want him to feel like he's further back. Of course, the dragon is not finished. The dragon still needs a lot of detail and a lot of work. But it does become pretty obvious that we do need, in fact, to add a little bit of darkness to the layers that are, in front of the dragon. So we can try that right now, and I'm going to. Let's see what we got here. I'm just going to add a curves adjustment layer. Okay, that is actually underneath the characters. That's not what I needed. Okay, right there. Now, what we want to do is we want to take away the dragon from that. So, actually, no, I'm just going to add the characters in. Add the scenery in. And then we're going to remove that. Remove the rest. Now, that's a little bit darker than I wanted it to be. But if you check it out, you can see here that it starts working better in terms of value. You can actually feel that they are closer than the dragon. And when you use posterize, they start to pop out a little bit more. Now, of course, this is not the final adjustment I'm going to be doing to this. This is way too... this is a little bit oversimplified in terms of how I want it to work. But I can start to add certain elements to make sure that it's going to work. At least eventually. And in this case, I can make it a little bit lighter and also maybe not even use this. But now that whole image is a little bit too light. And like I said, this is very temporary. This is not going to be the way I'm actually going to solve this issue. But it does serve to illustrate my point here of how this works. Wait, what did I do? Okay. And now at this point I can check again, and you can see that things are working a little bit better. Now we have some differentiation between them, and now we can kind of sense what's in the foreground and what's in the background. So I know I have to make these adjustments as I move forward with the image. And that is a little bit of a class and value that nobody asked for, but why not? Hopefully that's a little bit useful for some of you. Now there's going to be more elements in the background and stuff like that, but there we can see that now we're getting 4 very, very different values in the image. Good morning, Ildebrandt. How do you like the image so far? It's yours, after all, so. And good morning, Candy Cane Steve, also. So yeah, so there we can see that now we're getting 4 very, very, very different values in the image. We have the black, dark gray, light gray, and white. And that's what we want. We want the image to have these separate parts that we can tell apart from one another, and those will help us actually understand what's going on in the image. So without these adjustments, the image is a little bit flat. And we add these adjustments to make different parts of the image pop out. It's going to take a little bit more than that, but at least I know the image is on the right track. So there you go. There is, of course, a lot more to value than just that. But for now, I think we can definitely... I hope you understand what it is I'm doing there. Now, what we're going to start doing today is... I have several options for what I can do today. The image is coming close to the part of it where I won't actually work on it live anymore, because the image is coming close to the part of the process where it's just kind of adjusting and adjusting and adjusting and adjusting stuff. And that's probably not very fun to watch. So well, if Ildebrandt hated it and wanted me to start over, what I would do is well, honestly, as long as he's not in a hurry, I'm okay. You know, that is really the only condition I would have. Like, oh, you want me to start over? Cool, but just realize that it's going to take a while. You know, I'm all about client satisfaction. So yeah, I would actually redo it all as long as it's not time sensitive. You know, like, you know, I want you to repeat it all, and I want it ready for tomorrow. Then we'd have a little bit of an issue there. So anyway, so yeah, the image is coming very close to the part of the image where I won't work on it live anymore, because I feel that it wouldn't be fun to watch anymore. So today, why don't we just work on the dragon? Yeah, let's work on the dragon today. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got on this dragon. We have this for the perspective. We have... Okay, this is something I was going to do in major detail, and I am going to keep that. Polygons here. What's this? Okay, the volume. Let's take these two over to our dragon folder. And actually, let's do a couple of neat tricks before we get started on the dragon. You know. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of a acid mist. Please don't say do-over. This image has been a lot of work, so please don't say do-over. Okay, let's do this a little differently. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a sort of fog effect that's going to add a little bit of perspective to the image that we're working on here. And so I'm going to do a little bit of a trick here. This is going to look weird for a minute, so just bear with me. What I'm doing here is a sort of texture. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. This is actually a pretty neat trick to add a little bit of a fog effect to what we're doing. In this case, it's acid fog. And it's also going to help add a little bit of perspective to what we're doing, and also depth. And like I said before, you know, I'm all about the depth. It's one of the main sensations we need to aim for in any image. Images, we don't want them to feel flat. We don't want them to feel like nothing's going on. We want them to feel like there's stuff closer to me, that there's stuff further away. That's the kind of sensation that we want to give. So this image should be ready this week. And that's very exciting to me, because we've been working on it for a while. So it's always exciting when an image is completed, and you know, I'm excited about it. And we will be continuing on the couch image. It's also very, very complex, and it's going to be a lot of work. After that, I'll have some new commissions to work on, and those, we'll see how big they are, how small they are. Hopefully, I can make a nice little list of commissions to work on during November, December that are a little bit of everything. You know, hopefully a little bit of scenery here, a little bit of character there, and make it all very entertaining. How would I do this effect if I were doing it by hand? I love that question. Well, I couldn't do it this way. I can tell you that. This is one of the advantages of digital artwork. I guess the answer is not very exciting. I just have to be very careful. I'd have to do it by hand, following the same principles, but definitely not the same method, and it would be a lot more difficult. It would be a lot more complicated, and the possibility of screwing up would be a lot worse. I would probably be working with watercolors, and if I were working with watercolors, I would probably add the mist effect at the end with some chalk pastels on top of everything. That's how I would do it. If I were doing it on paper, but I still had the possibility of scanning it later, I would just do the mist effect on a different sheet of paper and then put it on top of it in Photoshop. But if I had to have the whole thing on one piece of paper, I would do it with chalk pastels at the end of the process. So that's pretty much the way I would do it. Okay. Here we go. And now we're going to play around with this. Make it... Okay, there we go. So now it looks a little bit more organic. It looks a little bit more natural. We're gonna blur it a little bit more. Now let's use this. I'm gonna duplicate it so I can use it again later. I'm gonna open the perspective grid. Now I'm gonna grab this and make it a part of the perspective of this image. We're gonna use the perspective grid. Okay, free transform. Okay, and we're gonna take advantage. Wait, no. I'm gonna start that over again. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that we can't see the entire floor. Like this. Just move it a little bit over there. A little bit over here. Flatten it a little bit more. Okay. So what we got here is we got this kind of layer of kind of acid fumes floating above the ground. Now, of course, we want to make sure that this makes sense. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of fade away at the top. Right. There we go. Give it a nice kind of fade away. And then we're gonna grab the characters. We're gonna cut them out of this. So it looks like they're not exactly behind it all. I'll show you. Okay? Check it out. So now the characters are kind of over this mist. And it makes a bit more sense. They're over the mist, but the mist does surround them. And that's only relevant in these two characters. And then we have to edit. Then we have to edit it a bit. Also, let's lower the opacity. Actually, we should also just change the color. And we also need to remove the skeletons from this mist. And I think we should definitely... Okay, here. There we go. Let's let's also remove this hand right here. But okay. And the other thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna grab the scenery itself and remove parts of the scenery that should be above the mist. You know. So for example, here. No, it shouldn't be, like, everything shouldn't be beneath the mist. If we make the mist on top of everything, it's just going to look like a layer we placed on top of everything. Certain parts of it should not be. So in the end, it becomes a little bit more subtle of an effect, but subtlety is something we should strive for. And we should change the color of this mist as well. We'll make it a little bit lighter. There we go. So as you can see, it's a very, very Well, I do love the reasoning. You guys place behind everything, but I'm pretty sure they had it figured out. Okay, so that starts to give it a little bit of, it starts to work very well. Well, let's go work on that dragon then. We need the dragon before we move on to other things, so here are the dragon lines. Let's label that. Well, you see, the ninja has a kind of a phase ability. So, as far as I understand, what he's about to do is he's about to phase out and kind of pop back in right next to the dragon. So, I'm pretty sure that falling into the acid is not something he's very concerned with. You know? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to start coloring this dragon. I'm going to start removing other parts of the image because the dragon is kind of behind everything, so we definitely want to be able to work on it without anything getting in the way. And we're just going to start working on the colors for the dragon. So now we need our extra window here. We need our color palette here. And we need to open this here. Okay, great. This is an empty layer. Okay. Here we go. So this part is pretty simple. We kind of make sure that the dragon has proper color in different places, but we don't have to worry too much about polish or anything like that because of the way we work with lighting. Still, you know, kind of like being polished, at least a little bit. And of course, there's going to be a lot of detail required. Because this dragon is actually very simple. You know, it's naked, for starters. She is just black and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to add a lot of details to it. You know, little specular reflections here and there. Little details to her scales and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be an interesting thing, for me at least. Well, I don't. Well, there's a ranger. The guy with the bow is a ranger, and rangers can heal. So there is that. And I mean, I have to sneeze. Sorry. What do you know? I used the mute button. My microphone, for all its problems, my microphone does have a mute button. So, well, okay. As far as I'm aware, the warrior's armor is like super powerful, and it sets itself on fire. And it can also heal the warrior fully, once per day. So, that's, as far as the warrior goes, he's good in terms of healing. The necromancer can probably take care of himself. The ranger has healing abilities. And ninjas don't need to heal. You know, they're ninja. So, I guess that's the healing in the group all figured out now. So there you go. And yeah, you know, it's probably useful. I mean, that armor that the warrior has is probably very useful. Heal him fully once per day. Let's color this white for now. Now, as you can see, I'm not actually using white here. I'm using a very light green. But when compared to the rest of the dragon, it becomes white. That's very important. We don't want to use actual white on our images. Actual white is a problem. We want to use stuff that is white comparatively to the other colors. So we never use actual white or actual black, for that matter. Now let's grab here. There we go. That's probably very noisy, the way I'm handling the tablet right now, but you know, we have to hit it hard. There we go. Actually, Candy Cane Steve, I think you're right. Yeah, I do believe he said something about that, or at least something to that effect. Okay, now this, of course, looks very... It looks strange, because it pops out a little bit too much, you know. So bright and everything, the horns and all that. But what I'm doing here is I'm basically just separating this area from the rest. Afterwards, I can edit these colors as much as I want. But right now, what I want is to just have an easy separation. It's all part of the plan. There we go. And the derpy tongue. Which we're not going to see much of because of the acid. And we will use a function here called behind so that I don't ruin everything I did. There we go. Okay. Let's reactivate stuff. Let's see, what have we here? Interesting. There is something on this layer, but I can't see it. What I'm doing here is I'm looking for what it was. But okay. Oh, okay. The eyes. Okay. Let's fuse those two. Great. You, we don't need anymore. Okay, so it starts working a little bit better now. And we can start finding different aspects of the shading that we have to fix, which is very, very normal. We have to smoothen some parts, darken others. There we go. Okay, that starts working. Now what I'm going to want to do here is we're going to have to add all the scales and stuff, and that's going to be some very, very, very intense and tedious work. But we don't want the dragon to be entirely the same color all the way through. We want color variation on the dragon because that's just the way creatures are. That's just the way creatures work. So that's what we're going to start doing now. I'm going to start adding color variations to the dragon based on the different parts of his body. Her body, actually. So I'm going to... There we go. What we're going to do is we're going to make all those shades and stuff disappear again. And we're just going to start adding color variations to different parts of the dragon. And in this case, I'm going to add them with a little bit of purple. Because purple is going to contrast very, very well with the kind of main black that we have on the rest of the dragon. And then we're going to add green details. And, you know, the thing is, the purple is going to contrast very, very well with the green. Now, another one of the many advantages that we take from working digitally is that later on... Actually, I'm just going to add this on an adjustment layer, you see? Okay, here's... And that occurred to me just as I was saying, the many advantages of... You know, if I add that purple on an adjustment layer... Okay, that's pink. There we go. If I add that purple in an adjustment layer, later on I can just move the color around if I don't like the purple. You know, I'll just work on this, and then, you know, once I've made up my mind, I can just go like, okay, you know, maybe let's see what's like blue or red or whatever, you know. So that's one of the many advantages of working in this way. But for now, we just want to make it appear that the dragon is not exactly the same color all the way through. That there are parts with different colors and stuff like that. Like, you know, any other creature would be. It's one of the things that takes away a lot of realism from people that, you know, when they do creatures, or even humans. You know, you sometimes you draw them all in a... Sometimes you draw them all in a very, very, very... you know, the color is very much the same all throughout the body, and bodies aren't quite that way, you know. Skin changes color throughout the body, and that really helps it come to life. Just takes a little bit of planning and of thought. You definitely want to think a little bit about this dragon and how she, you know, what she's like. And I'm not talking about personality. I'm just talking about, okay, you know, just kind of give some thought. So in this case, we're just going to be mixing purples and greens. For example, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make like the scalier parts black, but the more fleshy parts purple. Up here in the face, that might change a little bit, but down here, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, fleshy purple, scaly black. And then we're gonna retouch it all with a whole lot of green. Especially in the parts where light is going to be reflecting from the acid pool onto the dragon. That's going to give us a very, very nice kind of lighting scheme. I'll let the wings be very dark, but then we're gonna add a little bit more purple to, let's see, what would make more sense here? Oh, I know. Just add a little bit more purple to this part, and a little bit more green as we move out. There we go. So I'm kind of just playing around with the idea that as we move further away from the dragon's central portions of her body, she'll become greener. You know, because, I don't know, because those parts are, I don't know, in more contact with the, I don't know. I'm also going to add, like, green veins and stuff like that, so I don't know, there's going to be a lot of... Right now it's just kind of like color hues. Let's actually see if that will... that's not good enough, no. Nope. No, actually that doesn't look half bad, but blue is not the color of this dragon, so... Just leave it in this kind of purple hue. And now we're going to take some green. We're going to put that underneath the purple. And now we're going to add some purple details. Green details, sorry, for the dragon. Now what I'm using here is I'm using a brush I made out of watercolors. So I basically took watercolors, made like a big stain of ink on a piece of paper, scanned that in, and turned that into a brush. And that's what I'm using right now to make this kind of texture. And it works quite nicely because it gives a lot of, well, texture, what I'm doing. Of course, this looks very weird right now, but it's not gonna stay weird. We just do it dark so we can see what we're doing. And we work from, you know, very broad, very kind of... We don't start with details. We kind of start from the... from a lack of details, and we start building towards details. One of the things I loved about D&D 3rd Edition is that they published, when you bought like the book that was specifically about dragons in D&D 3rd Edition, they had the whole Draconic language. They had like this kind of Draconic language dictionary, and I mean I don't remember it right now, but I do remember that, you know, back when I was like really playing very intensely, I actually learned it. And that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun because I kind of it was kind of fun to know Draconic and like use it in your gaming sessions. But I did do that. You know, I learned a little bit of Draconic, and I would use it in our gaming sessions. I had a lot of fun with that. That's probably one of the geekiest things I've ever done in my life. Learning Draconic. And there was also a time when I was in college that I tried to learn Quenya from The Lord of the Rings. And I was actually doing pretty well with my studies of Quenya until I came to a point where I realized I'm not going to have anybody to talk to. And I just stopped. Great, that starts working a little bit better. We need to reduce the intensity on the screen. There, something like that. Okay. And we need to move this above the dragon lines. There we go. Wait. There we go. Starting to come along. Yeah, you know, it kind of occurred to me that I was learning a language to not talk, you know, to not use it. I wasn't going to be able to talk with anybody, and I decided, well, you know, maybe it's not like, you know, it's sad that I have to like de-geek a little bit, but you know, maybe I should focus on learning a language that I can actually use and that I can actually practice in conversation with other people, with other human beings. So I learned no language at all. And that was the end of my language learning. Right now, I want to learn French. And I will, as soon as I have some time, which means I will never learn French. Time is never on our side. I'll make time for it, though. Now again, what I'm doing here looks very drastic, as I do it here at first, but it'll look alright once I finish editing it and all that. This is gonna be very, very, very important in the wings. I want the wings to be all veiny and stuff. Unfortunately, it also means that it's going to become a very tedious part of the image to make. But like I said, it looks weird right now. But it won't forever. Like I said before, trust me, I know what I'm doing. Oh, hi Mao, and hi Cardinal. See, one of the many things that people need to kind of practice with their artwork is that you can't want things to look amazing right from the beginning and all the time. You have to be willing to let things look a little bit weird and kind of not done for a while. You know, it'll look awesome in the end, but it's not going to look awesome for a while. And that's a problem I see with a lot of my students, that, you know, they can't kind of deal with the fact that their image doesn't look incredible right from the start. They want it to look amazing right away, and that's just not the way it works. So, if you're an artist and you want any form of advice from me, that is one of the that is some of the advice I would give, and it's, you know, plan your image and let your image come together naturally. It will. Maybe that's a little bit too much. Let's just contract it by 1 pixel. There we go. Works. Much, much better. Now we'll see if there's a layer effect that works better. I like this one. Let's put this underneath that. Yeah, that works. Very, very subtle, but it works. And more importantly, I see it will work for the wings. Which is kind of where we want to use that the most. So, okay, well, wow, it's an hour already. Okay, actually, I'm gonna have to take my bathroom break early today. But before I do, no, let's postpone our bathroom break a little bit and add some speculars to this. So that, you know, it kind of starts to take a little bit more shape. Why? Because, you know, we want to. We definitely want the dragon to start taking a little bit of shape here, so... So the speculars we're adding have to be very textured in order for the dragon to start to look scaly. Especially in parts like the face, you know, where we don't want to actually... Let's see how this looks. I mean, it looks alright. But actually, I think I am going to add the scales. Let's experiment a little bit with that. Let's just add the speculars to stuff like the teeth. I'm going to give them a nice, sharp bite. Make them look pointier and stuff. That's definitely something we want. I'm going to add speculars to stuff that are not scales. That should look pretty nice. Yes, like this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like it. And we're gonna add a little bit of yellow to these teeth. Make them not look quite so pearly white. So, how was your weekend, everybody? What did you do this weekend? I'll just wait for answers. Oh, nice, Matilald. Played D&D on Saturday. That's awesome. Were you DMing? Okay, let's see. Pathfinder, hang out with girlfriend, boring adult stuff. Yodel did actually sleep all Saturday. Candy Cane Steve did absolutely nothing, but it was necessary. Well, As long as you didn't actually need to do something, I see no problem there. Mao went bowling with a friend and found out that you're kind of good at it. Well, okay, well, just stick to drawing, Mao. Pretty sure I'm pretty sure a career as a professional bowler is not really the thing for you, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hmm. Okay, so actually, yeah, let's take that bathroom break. As always, we will have the dragon transmit our message. I'm reactivating everything because I want to see what it's looking like. I like it. Okay, I'll be right back. And we're back. So, I see that Yodel is gonna make a cheese run to the store while I'm gone. Man, that sounds delicious. A cheese run. Okay. So, what am I gonna do now? What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to start adding details to those wings. We're gonna work on the wings for a while. Right now I'm just removing again all those details that we don't want to have right now. And we're gonna do something very similar to what we did with the veins on the face. Except this time I'm gonna do it with the wings, but I'm also gonna have to open my reference images of bat wings. Let's see what we got. I'm on the other screen right now, looking at reference images of bats. I'll of course show you what I decide to use. Let's see. You know, this is an interesting image. Okay, let's move all these images into our current image. Now, again, like I did a few weeks ago, if any of you are triggered or anything like that by bats, well, I apologize, but not really. Bats are beautiful creatures. Whoa, that's a big image. These images are big. That's worrisome. Why are these images so big? What's going on here? Okay. Pretty big image on its own. I'm starting to... I'm sorry, I need to confirm the size of this image because it worries me that the images that I imported are so large. But it's still a big image. I don't understand why they're so large, but it's still a big image. Okay. Sorry, I just needed to confirm. Okay. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to check out these bat wings. See? This is, let's see what we got. I like this. I like what's going on there. See that? See how the veins, like, show, we're gonna give the wing the same translucent effect. See this one. Ah, this one is a little bit more telling of what we need. Let's see this one. See what we got. Well, I like the other ones better, but yeah, sure, that's definitely a leathery wing. I love the texture on this wing. We're gonna use this too, but we'll do the veins first. Let's see what this one has. Ah, look at this. Nice. Nice veiny wing. Look at that bat. He's kind of showing us his wing. Like, hey, yo, check out my wing. Check out my wing, babe. I like it. Very nice, pretentious little bat. Yeah, bats are super cute. I mean, I'm not going to deny that some bats are very ugly. But, in general, bats are very cute. Why would anybody not like a bat? I mean, look at this guy. Again, he's like, yo, check out my wing. I don't know why the bats in my fantasy talk that way. I think we can do without this one. And this one, wow, this one is huge. So apparently, yeah, in my fantasy world, bats are just like pretentious little creatures that try to impress us with their wings all the time. And I'm cool with that. Okay, so let's see. Let's start drawing bat wing veins. Because, I don't know. Why not? Okay. Okay, wait. So let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Okay. What are these vertical? Like, I don't know if those are veins, but they all seem to have them. I think they are veins. I'm gonna change those a little bit though. I don't. I mean, they look very weird, and I'm pretty sure they won't look very well on this wing. So emphasize the verticality of it all, but okay, yeah, that's starting to take a very interesting shape. Now, the thing about veins is that veins don't loop in on each other. So it's not like I can connect this one to this one. No, veins don't do that. So in the eyes, it was okay because you can't really see them very much. But here, we kind of... I mean, sometimes they'll overlap and stuff like that, but we definitely don't want to make it look like it's a chain connected like that. Okay, now if this starts to look like too much, it's not a problem. After all, you saw what I did with the ones on the face, so that's pretty much what we're going to do here. Let's see. Do I like the way that looks? Well, let's continue. See what happens. Okay, and here we will have... This kind of comes out here. And then it comes out here again, but to a much lesser degree. Oh, Yodo, I'm so envious. I love cheese. So do tell, what cheese have you acquired? If anybody here does not like cheese, feel free to just fuck off. Cheese is awesome. I know we have to respect other people's opinions, but your opinion is wrong. Cheese is awesome. And yes, Yodel, tell us, what cheese did you get? Okay. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure if these veins are going to work right now with the distribution that I'm giving them, but we'll have to wait and see. As you guys saw in the face, it changes a lot. So we're going to have to wait and see. Not like most of these are not even going to be seen. It's called priest cheese, and apparently it's a Swedish thing. That's interesting. Never heard of it. I do know that if I ever get a chance to go to Europe, I'm gonna eat so much cheese. It's gonna be... Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not lactose intolerant. Okay. So... That looks a little bit exaggerated. Oh, hey, Voltus! That looks a little bit exaggerated, but let's play along. Let's see how this is gonna... Let's give it a shot. If not, well, you guys know me. I'm not one to shy away from starting over. So, if these veins don't work, I'll just discard the entire image and start over. No, not really. But, yeah, if these veins don't work, I'll just do them again. It's just the way it is. Yes, Voltus, if I went to Europe, it would be Cheesocalypse. I'd probably go to Europe and have you take me on a Europe cheese tour. And you'd be like, no, let's visit some tourist attractions. You know, there's the Roman Colosseum, and I'd be, nope, fuck it, cheese. Cheese. Yeah, if the Romans were so awesome, how come the Colosseum is so crumbly? Give me cheese. Yeah, that would be me in Europe. Just kind of talking trash about every single monument and every single ruin and every single thing and just saying, give me cheese. Evaluating every single country's validity in terms of how much cheese they give me and how good it is. Maybe I have a little bit of growing up to do before I go to Europe. Like, what's that? The Vatican? Fuck the Vatican. Do they have cheese? No cheese? Okay. Bye. Not interested. What's this? The 16th Chapel? Where's the cheese? Oh, the Colosseum made of cheese. That would be the stinkiest, tastiest thing ever. Then again, I'm not really very much aware. Are Italians known for their good cheese? Is Italian a good cheese place? Is Italian a good Italy? Italy. Why? Yeah, I'm kind of translating from Spanish here. So in Spanish it's Italia, and that's why I'm saying something like Italia. It's Italy. But yeah. Anyway, is it good cheese? Where would I go in Europe for my cheese? I mean, most people would just assume that Switzerland. Ah, okay. Well, there you have it. Europe Cheese Tour 2017. We would need to have a slogan though, and the slogan could be something like uh Europe Cheese Tour 2017. Flatulence worldwide. No, wait, that doesn't work. Europe Cheese Tour 2017. Bringing no. Let's see. Europe Cheese Tour 2017. Flatulence in the old continent. I don't know, something like that. I'll think of something. Still have a couple of years before I do my Europe Cheese Tour. Hope cheese still exists by then. The world did betray bacon after all last week. And of course, people got so annoying with that bacon thing from a couple of weeks ago that it just made me kind of want to stuff everybody's face with it. Like, you think bacon is gonna kill you? Then here you go. I hope it does. How can we turn against bacon? It's been so good to us. It deserves more than... deserves more than what we gave it. And who knows, maybe in a couple of years, cheese will go the same road of bacon. Now, ignorant people all over the world who can't understand and or have any reading comprehension decide that bacon is going to kill them. Bacon is not going to kill you. Everything is going to kill you. Okay, anyway, here's our veins. Okay, now let's play around with them a little bit. Let's see. Then we're gonna select and reduce. Same thing we did on the face. Ah, great. Now they look a lot more natural. We'll lower the opacity. Change the mode. No, let's... Actually, these have to be... Let's leave them on normal for now. And... Hello, Pixie. Add a mask. We'll label this layer Veins. And then we'll come here. Ah, yes, this is gonna look nice. We don't want the veins to be everywhere. We just want them to be visible in some parts, less visible in others. There we go. Hello, Pixie. There we go. I like this. I like this. This is looking okay. The funny thing is, when I go to Europe, I'm probably going to be going with my girlfriend. And guess what? She's not really that much into... No, stop it. And she's not really that much into cheese. Which, you know, does make me wonder about my love for her. You know, how can you not be into cheese? No, Pixie, come on! Where are you going? No, you can't be back there. No, and you can't be on here. You can be here. You used to be happy just being here. Come on. Belly up. There we go. See? Okay. There we are. See? There's nothing but love here. Is this because I came yesterday smelling like dog? Am I being punished because I came home yesterday smelling like dog? You know you were the only one for me. That dog, well, it does mean a lot to me, but... You know, I always come back home to you. You have nothing to worry about that dog. With that dog. You're the one for me. Okay? You know, what Pixie is doing right now is she's biting my fingers, which is something she likes to do very much. It makes it difficult to work. Now, unfortunately, I can't take Pixie on my European cheese tour because cats are lactose intolerant, while I am not. So taking Pixie on a Cheese World tour is basically taking Pixie on a huge diarrhea tour. Not sure that's the best idea. So it would be kind of like Pixie's European Diarrhea World Tour. That's not... That doesn't sound appealing. I'm pretty sure I can't get that trip crowdfunded. Okay, is there a reason your tail is in my face? Yeah, adult cats are lactose intolerant. So, yeah, we have to keep that in mind. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an effect here called translucency. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to... Now we're going to bring it here. Great. Okay, and we're going to make it look like these wings are translucent. This should work very, very nicely. Now, of course, this looks a little bit heavier than it should. We'll adjust it in a minute. also adjust the color. Wait, let's just... see where you're going. No, you can't go in that direction. No. I will cuddle you. Well, Pixie's Diarrhea World Tour. Coming 2000 to... Oh, come on, Pixie. Get serious. Come on. No. Where are you going? Yeah, go... No, Pixie, come on! Why are you misbehaving so much? Here. You can be on my shoulders, okay? You like it there. Okay? There we go. Okay, this was not a good idea. You're purring, which is very relaxing, but this was not... Okay, okay, come on. Ow, that hurts. Where are you going? Hello? Are you gonna stay? Okay, this is not comfortable, but it's very cute. So I do enjoy it to a degree. But you're not a little kitten anymore, Pixie, and... like, maybe if you kind of settled in... Oh, okay, there you go. So you're not a shoulder cat then, okay. Good to know. There you go. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this? You're very purry. Okay, sit here. Stop going to the other screen. No. Ah, tail in the face. Okay. Come on, girl. I'm trying to work here. Now we're gonna move this. Ah, yes. Now it makes... No, come on! Can we just... stop it? There we go. That's nice. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away the veins from this. Where are the veins? Okay, here we go. And the veins we have to make dark because the veins don't let that much color pass through. Okay, we can barely see that. Okay. You can barely see the veins at all. That's not entirely ideal. Let's see what happens if I... Damn it. Come on. Come on, bring this around. Okay. There we go. Wait. Okay. Ah, it seems to be working quite nicely. You are in the way, Pixie. So, just kind of thought you should know. Let's see. Okay. I don't mind the way that looks. Hmm. It's kind of working. Oh, that looks much better. Hmm. No, I don't like spraying her with water if it's not necessary. I mean, I know it's a matter of discipline and all that, but it's just not the way. Hmm. Well, it is looking very nice. I do like it. Now, what happens when we add this? Let's see. I love this part of the work. You know, you kind of have to experiment a whole lot. No, where you go? No, 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 no. You are very complicated today, Pixie. Come on. What did I just do? Come on. Pixie, why must you make everything so complicated? There we go. Nice. Okay. So then we grab this. Okay. This is very experimental, what I'm doing right now. But it's fun. Okay, yeah, so we have some veins where you can kind of see. I like it, I like it. What about this one? Let's see what we can do with this one. There we go. That looks very nice. It looks... I like it. Oh! Bye, Voltus! Yeah, I don't water spray my cats. I know. They are not disciplined. They are not well behaved, but I don't know. I just don't like. No, where are you going now? Come on, I'm talking about you. I'm telling people how I don't water spray you because I. Come on, don't make me look bad. There we go. I think that looks pretty nice. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Oh, okay. Okay, apparently what we do in this chat room is just kick people out all the time. It's just what we do. No, you want to stay a while? Uh-uh. We're gonna kick you out. That's just the way we do things around here. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna start adding some lighting to this dragon. Where are you going? Don't you wave your tail at me. I know you're annoyed, but I'm more. Yeah, I know there's not much of a point in trying to reason with my cat, but that's just the way it is. Okay, now what we're doing is we're starting to add a little bit of light, the different parts of the dragon's wings, but I am very, very happy with the way they're looking. They're coming along quite nicely, in my opinion. And I'm very, very satisfied. So, yeah. Ah! No, wait, okay. Headphones kind of... Pixie, you are really in the way. And I'm not gonna water spray you. But Yodel is making a very good point. So... No. Like I said, I'm not gonna spray you with the water bottle. I don't even know where it is at this point. But you're not making it very easy for me to not do it. So... I know you're a cat, and I know you're doing your cat thing, and all that. But, you know, be a little bit more considerate. You could be the first cat in the world to do that. It would be a huge step in human-cat relations. You were a little bit more considerate with my needs, you know? I have needs too. Oh, I see that the chat room suddenly became... No! Where are you going? No! What are you doing? Oh, now you're looking at me with the deadly stare. What's up with that? Come on, relax. Just relax. Chill out. Chill, girl. Chill. Okay. Okay. That's nice. Let's see. Okay, see you around, Cardinal. See you tomorrow. If you come tomorrow, I'll be here. Okay, we need to start adding a little bit more shading to this. Some parts of this track need to be darker. And again, my computer is starting to complain of the size of this image. starting to say, no, 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 this is way too big and you're asking way too much of me. So I might have to actually make a version of this file exclusively for the dragon. Don't I have any other one? Oh, no, I don't. Okay. I think it looks pretty nice. Okay. There we go. Of course, this is a little bit too dark. Let's lower it a little bit. Around there. Give it a little bit more subtlety. But definitely make it feel like it's, you know, there's a little bit more depth to it. Yeah, it works. It works, I think. Okay, so yeah, let's talk. Let's talk. Yeah, any questions anybody's got? While anybody asks some questions, I will. Last weekend, I mean Friday, but okay. I played Dark Souls live. It was a pretty fun experience. I started power playing a character, just and sightseeing the entire game. It was a lot of fun. I then proceeded to spend most of my weekend doing exactly that, playing Dark Souls. Not live though. And of course, I recorded most of it. Basically for my plan to make, you know, a video out of it and stuff like that. So it was fun for me. I hope it was fun for whoever was watching as well. And if anybody like has any games that they would want to see me play and kind of work on in terms of like doing fan art and that kind of stuff, which is kind of the plan of this whole thing, be sure to let me know because it was a lot of fun. I'll continue with Dark Souls, but I'm kind of doing it not live. Oh yes, Fallout and Legacy of the Void. Um, yeah, it's fortunately I can't call work in sick because that's just not how my life works, and I don't have the games anyway. So there is also that. But I do look forward to eventually trying out StarCraft. I'm still very much into my whole idea of playing both StarCraft and Diablo. But for now, fortunately, tomorrow is not going to be very relevant to me. I am very very interested in the reviews of both games. And I don't know who has who bought Fallout already and like okay, so you pre-ordered, very bad. But who bought Fallout already? Who has preloaded it on Steam already and is ready for just playing it when it comes out tomorrow? Again, I think you have been naughty, but who? Uh... Ah, okay, so Vaughn is also in my camp. I'm also a little bit more interested in Legacy of the Void than I am in Fallout. Uh, but then again, I'm also like I'm wondering if Legacy of the Void, if my computer will be able to handle it. And again, this is all hypothetical. I'm not getting Legacy of the Void. I don't even have StarCraft 2. So, I'm not wondering for real, but I'm wondering if they have kind of like upgraded the visuals in any way, because my computer can probably handle StarCraft 2, the like because that game is a couple of years old, but my computer will probably not be able to handle it. Like my computer is not able to handle Heroes of the Storm. So I'm not sure about StarCraft 2, if I'm gonna, like, if my computer could handle it. Right now, I'm still just curious about Diablo. So. These wings are starting to take some pretty nice shape, I would say. I haven't actually played any of the Telltale games, to be honest. I like what they're doing with them. I understand the concept, but it doesn't really call to me, I have to be honest. It doesn't really kind of appeal to me. Then again, keep in mind, I haven't tried any of them, so there is that. I haven't really tried any of them. I don't really know. Who knows? Maybe I try them and I fall in love with the games and all that kind of stuff. But I'm kind of like more on the side of if I want like an interactive. I love my games to have a good story, but if the game is just story, then I really don't see the point of it being a game. I know that these are more interactive stories, but you know, I kind of like there to be a little bit more game in my games, if that makes any sense at all. Uh, so I've I'm curious about them. I haven't played any of the Telltale games. I don't think I would want to play um this the Walking Dead ones. Mostly because I'm kind of sick of The Walking Dead. Like, zombies are way overplayed right now, and I would rather give them a little bit of a rest at the moment. But the Minecraft one does make me curious. The Minecraft one does. Not really interested in the Game of Thrones one either. Basically, I am not into Game of Thrones at the moment. I watched it for a little bit. I liked it. But I kind of want to hold off on Game of Thrones until... I don't know. I'm just not very good at watching series. I've spoken about this before, so... it's kind of like, okay, Game of Thrones is there. Maybe I'll binge watch it once it's done. Same reason I haven't read any of the books. Mostly because, I don't want to read a series of books that isn't done. I don't like waiting. I actually love Borderlands 2. And Tales of the Borderlands does make me very curious. But before playing Tales of the Borderlands, I would rather play Tales of the Borderlands the pre-sequel. So, because I am a huge fan of Borderlands, and I wouldn't mind having like the complete story of Borderlands. Kind of finding out what happened and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so you know, Telltale games, I haven't played any of them. I'm curious about the Minecraft one, very curious. But here's another confession: I have never played a Minecraft. I don't have Minecraft, and I've never played it. And there's really no reason other than the fact that, like, I don't know, just never tried it. I guess, you know, that's pretty much it. I would be willing to try it. I don't know how easy it is to get into. I did watch this weekend. What zone is that, Matalalt? What level am I right now in Borderlands? The last time I played Borderlands 2, I got all the way to Opportunity City, and I stopped there. Not because of the game, but, you know, I just kind of stopped. Right now, I'm playing it again, and not quite there yet. I'm at the point where I have been offered the opportunity to go to Opportunity City, but now I'm going to do a bunch of side quests before going to Opportunity City. Because the last time I played and went to Opportunity City, it kicked my ass. And I decided, okay, I'm not ready yet. And I was playing with Zero. So, for my, like, fourth or third attempt to play through it, I decided, hey, you know, why don't we go a little bit more... a little bit less interesting with my character choices, and I decided to go with Salvador, which is really not as interesting as the others, but is way, 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 way more efficient at whatever it is he does. I already tried with Zero. I already tried with, I forgot what the girl's name is, the little girl, shit. No, the one with the robot. What's her name again? You know, I think it's called a Mechromancer or something like that. Forget her name, though. As for Minecraft, you know, to me it's more like a matter of, yeah, I think I could get into it. I'm just kind of like, I don't want to feel... I'm wondering if it's very frustrating. Not on difficulty level, but like, you know, for example, I don't play a Gage. Yes, thank you, Matt Lald. Gage, yeah. I loved her as a character, but, you know, I have to admit, I've been having a lot more fun playing as Salvador. Salvador has been a lot more fun for me. He is very effective. You know, he's a simple character. He's just high damage and all that kind of stuff, and because I wasn't like Zero's skill tree wasn't that much fun. I love Zero as a character. He's my favorite character in terms of presentation and what he is, but I didn't find this skill tree to be a lot of fun. And Gage, I thought she was also a lot of fun as a character, but you know, in the end, it was kind of sending the robot in to fight for me. I wasn't quite enjoying that. Salvador, on the other hand, it's all about him. He's a very simple, very straightforward character, just a brute. But, you know, he's a lot of fun to play. His skill tree is pretty... It's not amazing, but then again, none of them are. I think maybe that's something I'm not entirely fond of in Borderlands 2. I think the skill trees are not quite as fun as they were in Borderlands 1. Or maybe I just have skewed memories of Borderlands 1 in that aspect. I just remember in Borderlands 1 that it was very satisfying. At a certain point, you definitely felt like it was overkill. You know, like you were this incredible killing machine and stuff. And the other thing I miss from Borderlands 1 is that I liked better in Borderlands 1 the whole thing where the more you use a weapon, the more proficient you became with that weapon. So I kind of missed that from Borderlands 1. Borderlands 2 doesn't have that. So, you know, I love it. I love it, and I really enjoy playing it. But I don't play it, like, super compulsively. I just kind of play it every now and then when I want to take a break from Dark Souls and just kind of shoot some stuff. Right now I'm also playing Devil May Cry 4, which is very interesting to play after having played DMC. I remember all the critiques people gave DMC, and you know, all the trash people talked about DMC and how they had ruined Devil May Cry and all that. And here I am playing Devil May Cry 4, and I'm thinking, you know, Devil May Cry 4 ruined Devil May Cry. Like, why are you guys complaining about playing with this character that is not the Dante you remember? Were you okay playing with Nero? Like, I like Nero. His hand is pretty awesome, but like, it's not Dante. Why? Oh no, not Special Edition. The Special Edition didn't come out for PC, so I'm playing just a regular PC port of Devil May Cry 4. I don't have a PS4. That was actually what made me want to play it, though. But yeah, like, people complain about the Dante in Devil May Cry, the new one in DMC, and like, and you were okay with Nero? Like, Nero's a douche. It did? It did come out for it? It's on Steam. Wow, that's definitely something I want to check out. I'm a whore for like if I have a game, if I have Devil May Cry 4 and there's a better edition out, I immediately want it. Like, I'm not okay I'm not okay playing an inferior version. Oh yeah, there is a special edition of it. And it's not any cheaper because I own the normal one. No. I would buy it if it were... Well, actually, I wouldn't buy it right now. I don't have any money. I would buy it later on if... Wait, what is this? Oh, okay. I would buy it later on if it had... if it were any cheaper. Like, for example, when Dark Souls Scholar of the First Sin came out, it was cheaper if you already had Dark Souls 2 in your library. So, you know, they kind of gave it to you at a discount. And that made a lot of sense. But I'm not gonna... And again, you know, it is a cheaper game. It's not full price. It's just $24. But still, I think it should be cheaper for me. It's an old game, and I already have Devil May Cry 4. Oh no, I have an Xbox controller connected to my computer, of course. It's impossible to play some games without it. No, you know me, I Dark Souls, and Dark Souls would be impossible without an Xbox controller. Which one is the one on multiply? I'm liking the way this. I'm liking the way this wing is looking. Let's add a little bit more to it. That's looking quite nice. Still have the one on the other side, though. Let's give it a nice leathery look. Let's see if this works. Is that looking okay? Not entirely sure. Oh, yeah, I remember. Well, actually, I don't mind Nero. Nero's a douchebag. And he. Like, he's such an annoying character. The way he treats his girlfriend. Like, what do you get off treating somebody like that? He was so mean to his girlfriend. And I kind of don't. Like, the last character I tolerated that was, like, with that attitude was Squall in Final Fantasy VIII. I love Squall, I love Final Fantasy VIII, but that's about as far as I can go in terms of tolerance of people being mean to their girlfriends. But with Nero, it's like, okay, dude, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, we get it. You're edgy. Good for you. But I was so annoyed by him. I really, really dig his arm. So that's kind of like why I like him so much. And, you know, to me it's like, it's Devil May Cry. It's not a game to be taken seriously. So, okay, you know, I kind of got into it and all that. And, you know, at first it was a little jarring to be like, oh, so I'm not Dante? Okay, I'm not Dante then. But then when they switch you back to Dante, I was like, okay, this is awesome. I'm back to being Dante, but then you have to learn to play the game all over again. And I was like, what? You know, I spent all this time learning to play your game, building up this character, making him, you know, putting up with his douchebaggery, but kind of trying to make him into what I need, into my play style and all that kind of stuff, adapting to him, and now I have to, you know, and that's the thing, like, Dante doesn't start out like, when you get Dante in Devil May Cry 4, he doesn't start out like Super Dante or anything like that. You know, it's basically like starting over. And at that point in the game, you don't want to start over. You want to, like, at that point in the game, you want to be super powerful. So, yeah, that kind of made it so I didn't actually finish Devil May Cry 4. As soon as I got to the Dante part, I was happy to be Dante. But at the same time, I was like, ugh, I'm not gonna learn to play this game again. So, you know, I kind of quit it at that point, but still liking it. Not sure about this. Not entirely sure about this. Yeah, you know, replaying it now, it does have a lot of flaws. It is a very, very flawed game. But it's fun. You know, it's Devil May Cry. It's fun. And I'll defend DMC. I like DMC. I think it's a very, very fun game. And I am in the camp of people that says if it weren't a Devil May Cry game, we would, you know, people would like it a lot better. And I think a lot of people didn't even give it a chance. But at the same time, I do believe that people that complain that DMC ruined everything, like what? DMC 4 did a lot more to ruin everything. Like DMC 4 discarded a lot of the storyline. It kind of went its own path. So if that's the complaint, then DMC 4 should be complained about a lot more. And yes, I do agree. DMC was a mechanically incredible game. Do I want this or not? Maybe I just want it a little bit less intense. Like that. Yes, that works a lot better. Okay, I'm liking the way it looks. Let's see. I mean, the other wing is not ready yet, and all that. But let's see how this is looking. Especially since we're almost done for today. So let's see how we're doing with this. No, let's not activate that one yet. This. Oh no. This one needs to be a little bit less intense. There we go. This is how we're doing so far. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I think it's looking quite nice. I mean, the dragon still needs, like, the other wing needs to be at the level of the left wing, and he still needs all the details on her body. And like, there's still work to do here, but I definitely like the way it's coming around. But that wing is definitely like, okay, let's take a rest from that wing and do something else for a little while, because it's not like the most fun thing to work on. So let's work on something else for a little while. And what I'm going to work on now is some fumes from the acid pools. There we go. Let's bring in some fumes from the acid pools. I don't know, Matalov. I think Ninja Theory makes some... I mean, I like their games, but they make some weird decisions sometimes. But then again, what do I know? Okay. Now, let's see. We are going to... Okay, these fumes we want. But we want them... Okay, yeah, this is actually a good location for them. Let's... the other window. Zoom in here. There we go. We'll zoom in there. So we can see what it is I'm doing. And then come here. So what I'm doing now is I'm adding some fumes. Kind of add a little bit of depth to the acid pools. So basically what I do is the fume comes out of the pools, that's right. But it doesn't come out of like just one plane in front. It comes out of the pools, one in front of the other. So what I do here is I add these to the pool behind this one. And that should make it look like the pools are not all on the same plane, giving the image a lot of, well, depth. Which, as you can tell from today's broadcast, I am practically obsessed with. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Yodel. I'm very deep. I have so many layers. Yeah, I do. I think I have too many layers on this image. Which is something I might have to fix so that we can have a smoother process. But in any case, yeah, you can see here how now it looks like fume is coming out of that pool, and I like it. I like it. It starts to look... Damn it, this is from the... This is from this thing. It's not supposed to look that way. There we go. So yeah, it's not just about values when you're going to give depth. It's also about, like having images in front of other things and stuff like that. You definitely want to play around with the distribution and the composition of elements in your image. What did you miss in the chat, Furball? We discussed some video games. We discussed that I've never played any of Telltale games. We discussed a little bit about Borderlands 2. We talked about Devil May Cry. I don't know if you were here when we were talking about cheese. What else did we talk about? Oh, okay. Yeah, we were discussing mostly video games and Devil May Cry and Borderlands and which characters I like to play in Borderlands and that kind of stuff. No, come on. Looks very nice. Let's see. Without it, with it. Some of these rocks could be... Not all of them, though. Wait, that's actually... We'll do that later. We need to polish this a little bit over here. Give it a little bit more fumey aspect. And we need to make this even number that we can repeat on others. No, come on. 81. There we go. I like that. That looks very nice. I was thinking about the Psycho as well, Furball, but then, it's mostly a melee character, and I don't know, I don't play Borderlands to play melee. So I was kind of like, what's the... Why would I want to play a melee character? It's a game all about guns. So, I mean, I may be very mistaken in what I understand about the Psycho, but it kind of struck me as a very melee character, and I was like, nah, that really doesn't make any sense to me. Move this up to 100. Fumey. We can make this disappear for now. See, this is the thing about what I do. Like, there's always so many details to pay attention to, and I mean, you gotta love it. If you don't enjoy, like, paying attention to all these details, if it annoys you, if like keeping track of all these things annoys you, then this is really not the job for you. But I love it. Like backtracking and making sure everything is proper and all that kind of stuff. I love it. I live for it. I was born for this. I love it. Oh, okay, so you actually enjoy the Melee character. Well, good for you. I actually want a character that's, like, more into guns. I play Borderlands for the guns. I'm pretty sure that's like the most orthodox way of playing it, though. And all this talk about Borderlands makes me want to play it. And it is time. Okay. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for today, guys. It was, Wait, let me just finish this here. You guys know I don't want to leave stuff mid-stroke. Definitely want to finish this part here before I cut off today's broadcast. There's still a lot of work to do on this acid and other aspects of the image. But like I said, it is approaching the part of the image where I will probably stop working on it live because I start to feel like these parts are not that fun to watch, and there's like other images to work on that are probably at more fun phases of their process, if that makes any sense. You know, like for example, the couch image. It's, you know, we're about to start line art on that image, so you know, maybe that would be a little bit more fun to watch at this moment. It's not like, you know, I finish here and I don't work the rest of the day. Of course I do. There we go. Okay, so there you go. That's today's broadcast. You can see right there. Wait, let me just move that into the part of the screen where you can actually see it. We worked mostly on this left part of the image. We have that wing ready, although just the flappy parts of the wings, not the bony parts. And we worked a little bit on the dragon's face, worked a little bit on the dragon's color, and also worked a little bit on the fumes that are coming out from the acid pools, which are starting to come along quite nicely. The acid pools also need a little bit of work. They need a little bit of volume to them. You know, they're a liquid, so we're probably going to work a little bit on that also. I'm not entirely decided yet on... Wait, what's this? Okay, so what is... Okay, there's something here that's not quite where it should be. Where's the pool of acid? I see. Okay, this pool of acid is supposed to... Wait, what? What's going on here? There's something weird going on here. Ah, I see what's going on. Okay. Yeah, we had that kind of ruining a little bit of our perception of the acid right over here. We'll just have to keep that in mind. Okay, anyway. So yeah, so still a long way to go with this image, but you know, it's starting to really shape up. We have that acid is kind of looking pretty cool. I'm happy with that, how that is looking. And of course, we have to add a lot of stuff to the acid. We have to add some volume, some reflection, some bubbles, and stuff like that. But I do like the way the dragon wing turned out. The one on the left side, the one on the right side still needs a little bit of that lighting effect and all that kind of stuff. But it's coming along quite nicely. So, stay tuned tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm not decided yet on if I'll continue working with this image tomorrow or if I'll work on the couch image tomorrow. Still, you haven't seen the last of this image, and I do plan to finish it this week, however. So, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope this has been entertaining for you. My name is Abnormal. You can find me online as Abnormal anywhere you go. This is the Ministry of Abnormality Twitch broadcast for November 9th of 2015. It is now 11:46 a.m. and I will see you all tomorrow at 9 a.m. -5 Greenwich Meridian time. Until then, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you everybody in the chat room. It has been a lot of fun. I hope you're enjoying the image. I hope this is fun for you. But that's pretty much it for now. It is time for lunch. See you tomorrow, guys. And I guess that's pretty much it. Good hunting and goodbye. I don't have to do the thing anymore. I already know how it goes, so...